Good morning, Fort Worth. It is 20 January. I'm here with Matthew Smith. Good morning, Matthew.
Good morning, bro.
If this is your first time joining us, this is the Fort Worth Roots morning show. We've got full long episodes that we do weekly. In fact, you can catch it live in front of a live studio audience with a microphone set up for you guys to chime in and be part of the show every Tuesday at McFly's Pub. And we'll be releasing those episodes from here forth on Fridays so that you guys have something to listen to all week long. The morning show is meant to be a 20-minute episode to get you up to date with what's happening in the community. You can get it first on Spotify or on our website before anybody else at fortworthroots.com. Just look for Fort Worth Roots. Let's get into this weather real quick. Matthew, what was the temperature on your vehicle when you came in this morning?
It was about 31.
31?
I don't believe it, though. It was way colder.
Mine was showing 20-something. I'm like, that cannot be right. Monday's high, 37, a low of 21. Tomorrow, it's going to be 36 for a high, 25 for a low. Wednesday, 53 for a high, 28 for a low. Thursday, 52, 27 for a low. Friday, 58, 38 for a low. 57 Saturday with 43 for a low. And then Sunday, they're forecasting for AM showers, 36%. It's going to be 49 degrees and 37 for a low. We've got some segments for you guys this morning. The first one we do is National Day of, and apparently anybody can sign up for these. It is Martin Luther King Day, this Monday, January 20th, and a bunch of other stuff. Of course, it's Inauguration Day, Brew Monday. We're going to click on this one. Since we're here at Hoppin, a self-serve tap wall with 58 taps on the wall, THC seltzers, wine, craft beer, and a full cocktail bar. Brew Monday, January 20th, on the third Monday in January every year. January 20th this year is a time to schedule an online, phone, or in-person meeting with someone who may have otherwise found a cold, gray winter's day an almost insurmountable obstacle. The day was brought about by an international charity called Samaritans, which does not endorse any religious faith or sect. Started in 1953. Did I read that wrong? Brew Monday? I was expecting something about beer.
Yeah.
A good place to start learning the history of Brew Monday is the original biblical parable of the Good Samaritan. Or whatever. Okay. Well, you got me. I thought it was going to be something totally different.
I thought
Onward.
it was coffee.
Coffee?
Yeah.
That's a good tie-in to what's sitting on the desk here. If you guys are watching the YouTube version of this, we've got K&L coffee sitting on the desk. I've got two different blends here. What do we got?
We have Yellow Rose blend and Campfire blend.
You said Campfire is your favorite?
Yes.
Where can people get this stuff, man?
At knlcoffee.com. knlcoffee.com.
Now, how does this work? This is your brand.
Mm-hmm.
How did you come about that?
Okay, so a long time ago, I was sitting in an office, and I was like, I really want to do something a little bit different. And part of that was I love coffee. I love the whole experience of it. I love just pretty much everything about it. The atmosphere whenever you go into a coffee shop. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I had a niece and a nephew, twins, that were just born. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I want to do something for them. Because I don't have kids of my own, and I wanted to do something for my niece and nephew, and so I actually named it after them.
K&L.
K&L.
Cool.
And yeah.
So where do you get the beans from? How does that work?
So I get from a roaster here in Fort Worth.
Okay. Do we know?
Yes, it's Enduro Coffee.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So Anthony does my coffee. He's actually really, really good at what he does. I think it's probably the best coffee in Texas.
Well, we're definitely going to find out. I'm a huge coffee drinker. I've got my regular, probably 20-ounce cup, and then I've got the backup cup sitting behind the camera for after the recording. Got to have my coffee, man.
That's intense.
Oh, I need to make sure we're set up in case Sky Viper calls in. We do have a traffic helicopter that brings us the weather report, the traffic report every day, Monday through Thursday. So hopefully we'll get him today. Sometimes he gets scheduling conflicts or the bird won't fly. All right, next segment, onward. This day in history, final solution, Wannsee Conference. outlines extermination of Jews. Top Nazi officials meet near Berlin and plan the implementation of their final solution, which calls for concentration camp imprisonment, forced labor, and mass extermination. In 1942 on this day. 1981, Iran releases 52 American hostages held for 444 days. 20 minutes after Ronald Reagan is inaugurated president of the U.S., taking over the office for Jimmy Carter, Iran frees 52 Americans held hostage for more than 14 months at the U.S. Embassy in Tehran. This day in history, 2001, Colin Powell is first African-American Secretary of State. Having reemerged from retirement and unanimously confirmed by the Senate, career soldier and former Joint Chiefs Chairman Colin Powell is sworn in as the first African-American Secretary of State. Powell will be instrumental in the U.S. military response to 9/11, less than a year into his tenure, as well as the later war in Iraq. Colin Powell, don't see him around much anymore. Hope he's doing okay. All right, onward. Our first news story of the day, Arlington man travels to Washington, D.C. Oh, we've got Sky Viper. We'll get back to that news story in just a moment. Mr. Matt Stubbs.
Hello. How are you, sir?
Good Monday morning to you up there in Sky Viper.
Flying around in the Sky Viper around Fort Worth, Texas.
How's traffic looking, brother?
That's good, man. Up here in the Sky Viper, it's a little chilly, though.
I bet.
Yeah, I-35 heading northbound, stop and go, starting at Berry Street, so don't go there. Let's see. I-30 eastbound drivers. There's a stalled vehicle just before Henderson Street exit, causing backups to Chisholm Trail Parkway. Westbound looks better with just light congestion at near Montgomery Street. That's kind of close to where you're at, isn't it?
Not far at all.
Nope, 121. Looks like we got slowdowns around Hurst and Bedford, so you want to keep your patience there. Patience is key during these times of cold weather. And on 820, north side stretch, looks a little sluggish right around Hoppin City due to ongoing lane closures for road work. So,
for no apparent reason.
Let me fly down here a little closer to Sundance Square. Looks like everything's kind of cool. Just their normal foot traffic, which is zero.
Did you have a good weekend, brother?
I did, man. I did.
Anything?
Hung out with the family and did a bunch of real estate. Did
you get that? Get the fireplace going?
That's what I'm trying to do right now up in the helicopter. Think that's safe?
Don't set that thing on fire, man. That hydraulic fluid, it can be a little bit flamey.
Would y'all deduct that from my payroll?
Absolutely, sir.
If I crash it?
Yes. Oh. Comes straight out of your payroll.
I better wake up Candy, huh?
Hey, can we get you in studio here at Hoppin one morning to co-host with us?
Absolutely, sir.
Well, let's make that happen. Let's get that on the schedule soon.
Sounds good, man. Have your people call my people.
I'll do it. All right, brother. Thank you.
All right. Have a good week, sir.
Smooches. That is Mr. Matt Stubbs of the Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast, the largest North Texas podcast. And they have the best chat room. Whenever they're recording live, you can go on YouTube and be part of the fun on their chat room. That is the Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast up there in our Sky Viper this morning. All right, let's get back into these news stories. Arlington man travels to Washington, D.C. for the presidential inauguration. Chaplain Richmond Stoglin of Arlington accomplished many things in his life. He was a Navy chaplain for 28 years. He is the first black American ordained to the Sacred Order of Priests of the Anglican. Help me with that. You see that word?
Yeah, I can.
Anglican Dossiers of Fort Worth. Now he added another first to his list, going as an invited guest to the presidential inauguration of Donald Trump. All right, let's see here. You guys can read on that story. It is NBC DFW, and that story was by Vince Sims, published yesterday evening, late evening. Our publisher was up at 10:20 this morning, or last night. Okay, onward. This story is from FortWorthReport.org. It is All Western Parade kicks off Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo. Story by Billy Banks. It's got a picture of some Clydesdales pulling a trailer with some cowboys on it. Okay, let's get into it. Since Fort Worth's inception, horse and cowboy culture has been close to the heart of Tarrant County residents and businesses. This year's stock show and rodeo leans into that affection with the all-Western parade that showcased more than 3,000 horses on January 18th. That's crazy.
That's a lot of horses.
Let me scan down here. The parade attracts riders from all corners of Fort Worth and country to kick off the 3-week event, which officially began January 17th. First-time parade goer Fidel Camargo mentioned his favorite part was the diversity, noting the different traditions and cultures that came together for this moment. I saw them shutting down the street for this. They had the motors cops out there with their motorcycles, moving gates around and stuff like that. I've got more information about the stock show here in just a minute. Stock show and rodeo. Next story. I thought this was important to include because I've got a friend that is talking about running for I think city council because of this. Parents West, hold on a second. Story's by NBC DFW, and the story is by Wayne Carter. It's published January 17th. Parents west of US 377 demand seats on committee's Wayne Keller ISD split. If y'all don't know about this, Fort Worth and Keller ISD are talking about splitting the school district for one reason or another. Let's see. At times, Thursday night's meeting of the Keller ISD School Board felt like an airing of grievances. It seemed everyone was at odds and with everyone. Parents yelled at the board, and the board president even yelled back at parents. The discontent comes after parents learned through posts on social media last week that to save money, the Keller ISD School Board was considering splitting up the district and putting thousands of students who live west of US Highway 377 into a new district. Okay. On Thursday night, ISD Superintendent Tracy Johnson weighed in on the proposal for the first time. She apologized to the board president, but said her daughter told her to do the right thing and she wouldn't support the decision to split. Hot topic. I know that the mayor of Fort Worth, Maddie Parker, said that she does not support this decision. It sounds like nobody supports this decision.
So let's do it anyway.
Yeah, we're probably going to do it anyway. Onward. We got some space news for you guys. Y'all heard about Elon's Starship exploding over...
Did you see any of the debris?
Yeah, the debris
videos?
fired. The stream of debris was very impressive. And Chinese social media, there's some post going around. It's getting real popular. They said it was a fireworks show for today's inauguration.
Dang.
That's what the Chinese social media is saying. But it was pretty crazy. FAA investigating Starship debris reports. January 17th statement, the FAA confirmed that it would require SpaceX to perform a mishap investigation for the Starship Super Heavy test flight the previous day. On that launch, the Starship upper stage broke up late in its ascent. I think it's really important to point out that the lower stage was carefully and accurately retrieved by a skyscraper-sized tower with arms on it. So the booster falls out of the sky and lands vertically without touching the ground, and these arms come out of this structure and grab it.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
So that part was successful, but the Starship broke apart. FAA did not elaborate on reports of property damage, but there have been online postings of people in the Turks and Caicos finding debris they believed were from Starship. That included distinctive hexagonal tiles used in the vehicle's thermal protection system. It's a pretty good little video here, and the article does go on. That's spacenews.com, story by Jeff Faust. And that is everything we had for news today, but I did find some things on social media I wanted to share with you guys this morning, and one of them was the schedule for the stock show and rodeo. Friday, January 7th, we're past that. Sunday, right? Today's the 20th. Monday, January 20th, Cowboys of Color rodeo starts at 2 p.m. January 21st, Last Cowboy Standing. January 22nd, Last Cowboy Standing. 23rd, Kid Rock's Rockin' Rodeo Qualifier. The 24th, Rodeo Tournament, Bracket 1. The following day, Bracket 1, Round 2. 26 is Bracket 2, Round 1. This probably doesn't mean anything to most of us, but lots of rodeo stuff. Tournaments between the 25th and the 4th of February. And then semifinals will be on February 6th. Semifinals B will be on the 7th. And am I getting this all mixed up? February 5th is wild card round. February 6th is semifinals A. February 7th is semifinals B. And then February 8th will be finals. So, full schedule. You can go to the Dickies Arena Instagram page. I think is where I got that. Either that or Facebook. Big announcement, and you guys probably already heard about this, but Birdie's Social Club, Bourbon, and Shine Space, which was Lola's Saloon for 16 years before that, will be the new Post. Sets up shop starting February 1st. Looking forward to that. The Post was a great venue. It was over there on Race Street, and I think they closed down a little over a year ago. That maybe it hadn't been that long. Feels like a while, though. No, I know it was. It was probably about a year because I was setting up for the live music festival that we do annually, and that was one of the locations we wanted, so I was there scouting it, and that's whenever they told me that they'd be closing down, and they hadn't told anybody yet, so I was ahead of the power curve there. The Post is back, this time in the old Lola Saloon space near West 7th, and that was on Facebook, article by the Fort Worth Weekly, so I figured a lot of people already saw that. Let's talk about it. TikTok, it was gone, and it came right back. Yep. It is literally every post on Instagram and TikTok, so I just thought we'd mention it. But it sounds like it's going to be another 90 days before they have a chance to scare us again. I really do like TikTok, and I didn't realize how much I liked it until it went dead.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait a minute. What do I do with myself? I don't think I realized how much I use TikTok, but it's just mindlessly doom scrolling. You know,
my wife was addicted to that. She would be on there all the time, and it was a bummer.
Yeah,
for her.
Well, Megan, we were sitting in the lobby. We went to Abilene, Texas this weekend to celebrate Cody Halford from Abilene, Texas' birthday, and shout out to Lauren, his lady, that put on the surprise birthday party for him. Anyway, we were down there and we're sitting in the hotel lobby and she's scrolling through TikTok and all of a sudden she gets that, sorry, TikTok isn't available right now, warning. So, and that's just been the discussion for the past 3 days, feels like. Anyway, sounds like it's secure for the next 90 days. And I'm also seeing videos that the source code has changed and it looks like they have moved all of the active software for TikTok to Meta servers is where the source code's coming from now.
Great.
I can't prove that. I don't know. I'm just regurgitating what I heard from somebody else. But
yeah,
if they did move all that stuff over to Meta, then I can guarantee you it's not going nowhere.
Yeah, no.
It's a done deal.
Yeah.
So anyway, might be true, might not, but I don't think it's going anywhere. All right, man. So we talked about your coffee thing, but you've got another company. You have 2 businesses. You sound like a very busy man.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the other one?
So the second one is H Custom Security. I co-own that with a buddy of mine, Brian Huggins. Mm-hmm. He has H Customs Audio Video and now the Odium Group. Those are his companies that he runs, and we established the security company together because it was just something we were lacking in, and it's been pretty great.
Y'all do businesses and homes?
Yes. So we do alarm systems and security cameras, different things like that, like kind of what you see here, for residential and commercial. Yeah.
Okay. Y'all come in with the DVR, run all the wires, set up the cameras,
all the stuff,
all of it. Very cool.
Yeah.
Where can people find you already told us, but tell us again. Where can they find K&L Coffee?
So kandlcoffee.com or on Instagram or anything like that. You can find hcustomsecurity.com or go to hcustomsecurity on Instagram as well.
Matthew, we really appreciate you coming out early this morning and being part of the show. Hopefully we can work with you guys a little more in the future. Sounds like you got your hands in a lot of different pots right now. So
yes. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Other details, Hoppin, where we record at Monday through Thursday. You guys need to check this place out if you haven't been here yet. 58 Taps on the Wall. This week, we are going to have our comedy show on Wednesday with Cockpit Comedy. It's a great time to come out and be part of the fun and enjoy Hoppin, but also catch some laughs. We moved the time up. We had been doing this at 8 o'clock. We moved it to 6:30. And we did this because we want you guys to be able to come in to see our comedy show, get your reps in for you comics out there, and then head on to the next one. That way you guys can get 2 shows, 2 open mics in a night. So we did this for you. Don't make us regret it. Come see us, 6:30 this Wednesday, Cockpit Comedy, Fort Worth Roots, and Mama Lou's out here at Hoppin. Show up hungry because Mama Lou's Kitchen's going to have your tongue trying to slap your brains out getting to that food. It is so good. She'll be set up in the VIP area slinging some hot, delicious goodness. And so you got everything. All the bases are covered. And by the way, if you're wondering, one of the taps on the wall is $1.85 for a full pour. I think that's Lone Star. So you can come here, have a great time, and not blow your whole paycheck. Or you can. I think there's some wines on the wall that are kind of pricey, maybe too pricey for me, but I don't drink wine. We do have the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo After Party with Kendall Eugene. That is going to be on Wednesday at 8:30, so it looks like, and I'm just now becoming aware of this, it looks like we might shut the comedy show down just a little bit early, but that's okay. We'll close out the comedy show at 8:30 and let Eugene have the stage. Kendall Eugene was on The Voice, that TV show where you go and play your music. So a local Fort Worth celebrity right here at Hoppin this Wednesday. Craft beer class 7 to 8 right here, Hoppin. That's going to be fun. I think they've got is it sommelier? What's the word for a wine taster?
Sommelier.
Yeah. This one is different, but for beer. And he'll be here talking about differences in beer. We'll have some tasters there for you. It's going to be a lot of fun. More information on that on the Instagrams. Hoppin FWTX is where you can find more information on that. Tickets available as well. And then we have a stand-up comedy show at 8 o'clock on Friday. That is a all-out show. There's no open mic attached to that, but it's always a good time. No cover for that. And then the 25th, this Saturday, Plug Hub Market, Fort Worth Roots, and Hoppin are bringing you Food and Vendor Market. Got a lot of really cool food trucks and vendors that are going to be set up in the parking lot just across from Doc's Records. And we're going to have some activities going on inside. Late to the Station will be on the stage. And I believe, I don't know that I got this confirmed, I think we're doing flash tattoos as well. There'll be a tattoo artist here doing that thing. So don't miss out. Lots of stuff to do this week here at Hoppin. Tonight is Industry Night, 25% off taps. And then it looks like we're still having Trivia Night at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. Cool. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for joining us today. If you are a business owner, if you're an event coordinator, if you are a musician and you got a little bitty solo gig or a residency or anything at all, hell, if you got a birthday, we want to hear about it. Give us a call. 817-988-1292. That will be in the show notes. Or if you want it to sound really good, you can take an audio recording on your phone and email it to us, media@fortworthroots.com, and we'll play it on the show. And don't worry about waiting until the right day to send it. Send it now, and if it makes more sense to play it later, I'll stick it in a folder, and we'll play it on the day that we need to. All right, folks, that's enough out of me. Tuesday, we will be at McFly's with Kendi Jean. She is going to be recording with us. If you don't know about her yet, you will. She's one of the fastest growing female artists in Fort Worth. Really great person. And we're looking forward to that interview out there at McFly's Pub on Tuesday at 5 o'clock. Okay, now that really is it. Thank y'all for listening. And as you move through today, we hope that you will choose love and gratitude every chance you get. Till tomorrow, good day. So she got that soul.